to the Morning Mayhem Show with the morning crew, Tomlin and Mama Manny.
And your host, Jim Amato.
Good morning, Woodland, and welcome to today, February 23rd. It is a Friday, and if I'm not mistaken, as I was yesterday, it is a day. So if you're looking around for what day it is definitely going to be the last day of the week, but the first day on our schedule. Today, you have some things that are going on. I know that tonight there's going to be a broadcast for boys basketball. I believe Hawk Headlines will be covering that. We also have the field trip this weekend that was going to be the Bromley Mountain Ski Trip that was supposed to be on Sunday. It's being rescheduled to March 24th. So if you are getting ready to go on that trip, don't show up on Sunday. They're not going anywhere. And again, this Costa Rica trip it's really got my attention. I did buy granola from there doing a fundraiser to go to Costa Rica.
Is it Costa Rican granola?
You know what? I don't know. It's a good question. Like, what is the connection between the two? It was good granola. I was just eating it right out of the bag.
It's not like you pre-ordered.
No, she happened to have a selection, Senora Letty, and I actually just bought the bag and then ate it along with my coffee. It was delicious. I highly recommend it. So if you're looking for some delicious granola.
Free samples for the morning show?
I think you had to pre-order and maybe some we should have her come on.
We should
have them all come on to talk about that. Yes, that's talk about the trip and what's going on there. This Saturday, the dance team has their states. So I believe that they're going to be competing in hip hop and jazz this weekend. And they've been on quite the tear. So we'll see how they continue going on to that. Also, we have the club awards, which I see the nominations are due when, or those close, because this says that the applications close April 12th. One is
April 12th. So you have up until April 12th to apply. The clubs self-apply.
Okay.
So,
all right. Are we a club?
We could be.
Like, can we identify as a club, like for within the school region here? Like,
I think we're going to have to.
Or do we have to get students involved?
On as one of our guest speakers, and we'll have to ask them on that day if we could qualify as a club.
All right. I think that's a pro. If anything, maybe we can host, we can MC it if they'll have us.
Black tie.
I'm all about it. Yeah.
Black tie morning announcements. I'm there.
We'll have the winners on here. So
I love it.
Let's see what else we got going on here. Oh, yeah, we have all that. Today's birthdays include Emily Blunt, who is 41, and Dakota Fanning. When I was digging through the birthdays, there weren't many birthdays.
You're going back in the day there.
Yeah, you know who else was born? The guy who directed Gone with the Wind and Wizard of Oz.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a deep day when it comes to...
These are all like regular used names. I mean, wow.
Yeah. And today is the day that the Alamo was besieged by Santa Anna. This is when the last stand at the Alamo.
Remember the Alamo.
Remember the Alamo.
Today is the day the Alamo fell or the siege began?
It began. It's the first day of 13. Was it 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Something like that. And that was today.
Disney history. It's 13 Days of Glory. They died with a song.
I don't remember my Disney history.
Oh.
That could be an issue. I have to get back into my Disney lore. And today is also the day that they captured the raising of the flag on Iwo Jima, that famous archive photo of the 6 guys holding it up there. And contrary to recent belief, what are you going to say?
I was going to say, fun fact, my grandfather was there and he watched it.
Really?
Yeah.
And it wasn't staged?
No.
Because I know
it happened twice. There was 2 flag raisings. The first one, and then they did a second one because the camera was there. But the second one was a more permanent pole and a bigger flag.
Right, but it wasn't staged.
No,
they kept thinking that the photographer staged it. He just captured it as it was happening.
Correct.
So that is that. It is also National Banana Bread Day.
Oh, let's make some.
Yeah, and as luck was having,
Yesterday was chili. Today, banana bread.
Right, and crazy thing, I had chili for lunch yesterday. That's what I brought with me, right?
And
guess
today,
what I have? I was bringing banana bread in with me. I have banana bread on my desk ready.
I think you're just making these things up.
No, hopefully Monday's got something good so that I'm ready to have it. And you'll appreciate this, Tomlin. It is the Curling is Cool Day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, curling has its own marketing campaign
Wow.
to bring people to.
If
But it
anyone's
is,
listening, they want to start a curling team. I
I'm all about
believe
it.
we will all serve as coaches for curling, the greatest sport ever.
yeah. I still remember that club we went to with Gary.
That was awesome.
Yeah. That was an
That
interesting way to learn about curling is to do.
that
to
place
learn is
burnt
to
down,
do.
I think.
What?
Pretty
It's
sure the
made
ice
out
rink,
of ice.
well, the building around it.
Oh,
So
that's unfortunate. All right. So that's all I have for my updates. Mommy, ready?
Oh, I'm ready, baby.
We're going over to Mama Manning with sports.
All right, big game tonight.
Big game tonight.
Boys basketball, 5:45 at Ansonia. That's a title game. And I have for indoor track, the boys finished 5th for the season, and the girls finished 4th
All right.
for their season in the NVL standings.
I was going to say, is that in NVLs?
Yes. So indoor track season is over with, but I wanted to give them a shout out because they had a really great season.
Yeah, it's been relatively quiet running around here.
Oh
in the
yeah, you got to
building.
dodge. You got to dodge the kids running at you.
duck dive dodge.
Oh, whatever you need to do.
You know what I do miss though is when they used to set up those foam hurdles.
Oh yeah, they do that in the spring for spring track.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
have them all set up here
Yep.
and then trying to jump over them.
Yeah.
You realize that's
Yeah. I
they
used to do
just
that
make it look easy.
with Mike Krakowski. I did it one time, and I'm
Mike
like, oh my
Krakowski.
gosh, I'll
There's
never
a
be
name.
the same.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
There was a
some.
pull there.
In my younger days, I used to try to lap the kids because I'd be
Yes.
leaving there on like lap 20. I'm like, I got this.
Yeah.
No, not anymore.
Not anymore.
There's not enough alcoves to hide out when they're running though. 'Cause
Yeah.
you get stuck against the bleacher or the lockers as they're running by. It's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
yeah.
run en masse.
And then the nurse in the building is no longer there, so that's a caution
Yeah.
for me anyway.
What else we got in sports?
That's it.
Well, in this today, because I always look up what famous day is. Today is the day that Wilt Chamberlain had scored 25,000 points.
Wilt the still.
Wilt the still. So it's another big day for sports. But I don't have anything else for sports. It was like kind of a
Other than
Quite
UConn.
all right. Go ahead, do tell
Yes, UConn's playing. They have the big game
tonight.
against Marquette.
Yes, I
Yeah.
forgot about that. I
Yeah.
thought they had played last night, and I didn't pay attention.
Who's your favorite player this year? Oh, you had to think about it.
Well, I like that they're playing as a team.
Yes, they are. They're
Playing
spreading the wealth.
underneath, you can never go wrong with him.
As long as he
He's
doesn't have a lot of fouls.
Right. But that little turn float jumper that he does, I enjoy watching that.
I taught him that.
Did you really?
Bristol High.
Outstanding. I love
Yep.
the little float on there.
Yep.
When were you at Bristol High?
Oh, I've been everywhere.
I've been everywhere, man.
Newton's my favorite.
Newton's your favorite?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's all around good, both ends.
The freshman?
No, he's a
Who's
senior.
no, I'm saying who's the freshman?
Oh, Castle.
Castle. That's the other one. Castle
Castle's unbelievable.
he's super creative.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
he reminds me of a couple of the other guys we had. I can't remember the name of.
Hawkins.
No.
Jackson.
No, go back about 15 years. Now we
Wait.
have dead silence.
You're
but
making me think on a Friday.
I know. I can remember he was like a little on the shorter side, but used to distribute the ball, but could hit that 20-foot jumper. Played with Danielle and Donald,
The Marshall,
the Marsh
boys.
Boys.
I got to think.
Yeah, I'll look it up, but I don't remember. But
Sam, I'm
that's
not a part of any of this conversation.
well, we'll look it up while we take
Go,
it over
Pack, go.
to news with Tomlin.
Well, where's my intro? Come on, don't
I
have
don't
an
do-
Oh,
you
he needs
haven't?
the bump.
Is that it?
That is now.
Okay, cool.
All right, you know what? We have to come up with a news bump.
All right, New York Attorney General says that they will potentially seize Donald Trump's property if he cannot pay his $454 million civil fraud debt. Suspected Houthi rebel missiles set a cargo ship ablaze. Israel intercepts separate attack near Alat. California rainy season is here, bringing potential flooding and landslides.
See, I think what's going to happen with California is we don't have to worry so much about the earthquakes. It seems that it's just going to slide into the ocean after all these landslides and flooding and everything else that's been taking place out there.
Yeah.
So actually, there's no fires, right?
No.
'Cause
Right
of
now,
all the
no.
rain.
Right now, there's no
You
fires.
really can't catch a break in California right now.
This one's particular for Mama Manning and yourself. I think that you guys will get excited for this.
I'm
Now that the
listening.
years-long process to finalize how the 12 teams for the expanded college football playoff will be selected, the next 2 seasons they plan to expand it to a 14-team bracket.
Wow, 14.
With a play-in game? One play-in game?
No,
How would the 14
Mathematically, how do they do that?
14-team bracket, first round buys.
2 round buys?
Yeah.
Oh.
2 first round buys. Wow. And that's not for next year. That's the year after.
Correct.
Also, for rules changes, we do know that the NCAA, and this is just going to volleyball, I'm just sorry about that, that they're going to allow 2-touch on the setter. Now,
Two-touch?
You're going
Moving
to allow
on.
the 2-touch
No,
on setters.
sir.
Yeah.
2 more news stories for you
Yes.
of actual significance. On Yale Universities require standardized test scores
Yes.
for admissions.
Yes.
Say again.
Yale University is returning to mandated standardized test scores being used for admissions.
What's the reasoning behind
They
that?
will require standardized test scores for students applying for the class entry in the fall of 2025 because this becoming the second Ivy League university to abandon test optional policies that had been widely embraced during the COVID pandemic. Yale officials said in an announcement Thursday that the shift to test
Oh.
optional policies might have unwittingly harmed students from lower income families whose test scores could have helped to their chances.
So they were accepting the scores. COVID hit.
And then they switched to
stopped.
optional, so you didn't have to submit
Gotcha.
them anymore. They're now
which
returning.
is false because my daughter had to submit her scores, even though it was optional. Wasn't that tricky? $80 I had to pay. Send them the scores.
Oh, it went down. It used to be 100.
Oh,
And last but not least, I know you're all excited. I am. For the first time since 1972, the United States is back on the moon.
Yes, with the Odysseus just landed last night. Early this morning.
Early this morning, we are once again on the moon, aka a soundstage in California.
Yeah,
And there's your news.
and that's pretty cool because that's the first time that a private company has launched a shuttle that's going to land on the moon, and they're going to be part of the transport program.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's one of those
So we've continued to
landmark.
privatize our space program while using the same single launch pad facilities. So it's really exciting, that they've been able to get back to going to the moon because we abandoned all that technology in our quest to go to Mars and go elsewhere. So it's nice to see going back to the moon and potentially what that can mean for science experiments, advancements, other things. So
Yeah, it's pretty crazy that stuff like that happens and people are like, oh yeah, they landed on the moon. Kind of like the country that I think it was Japan that landed on the moon upside down. It came down too fast.
Oh,
It
yes,
hit
yes,
the
yes.
surface and it flipped over, and it has just enough solar panels showing right now that they can keep it charged for a little time during the
go
day.
Giants.
So this one, ours landed on the moon correctly, and it's sending data back from what I understand. They're waiting for their first pictures today.
So I typed in Donnie
done.
Marshall.
Yes.
So we got Kevin Ollie and Hamilton. Rick Hamilton.
Hamilton.
Hamilton. Got it.
great play.
Yeah.
I love that one.
It is. It's
Or musical. Sorry, musical.
musical.
Great musical. Great person. Love the money that he's on. Same guy? Different guy. We're talking about different people?
Oh my gosh. Who taught you history?
What? I'm a world history guy.
Is that class running next year? AP World Lit?
Don't know. AP World Lit? I don't know. I would ask someone in the English department if AP World Lit is running.
World history.
If Modern Global History is running, I have not seen any numbers for any courses yet.
A lot of kids were talking about signing up.
There was, I heard a lot of excitement for Modern Global, a lot of excitement for AP US Gov. So hopefully.
Good.
All right. And that was the bell. I just wanted to point out that yesterday our audio didn't work out as well as I thought. Like I said, there's a little bumps in the road. Morning. Bumps in the road. But today, I think we officially launched on Instagram Live. Unfortunately, it is a single tall feed.
And
but
slightly delayed.
And slightly delayed. I think it's 10 seconds behind. But hopefully the audio worked well on that this morning. It's the first time broadcasting through here on Instagram, and we're hoping to get out on the TikTok. So for everybody that's listening, hope you have a good morning. For Mama Manning, Tomcat, I'm Amato. Good morning, Woodland. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Morning Mayhem podcast. Morning Mayhem is broadcast live from Woodland Regional High School in Beacon Falls, Connecticut, each and every school day. Follow us on Spotify, Anchor FM, or wherever you find your latest podcasts. And for more information on the show, upcoming guests, and past episodes, visit our show website, morningmayhem.show.